WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast on CW4 with meteorologist Trevor Birchett.
Another day of some pretty heavy showers and storms across the area. Nothing out there right now, though. We're getting a clean sweep on the radar site. We had a few showers a couple of hours ago down in Winston County and Noxubee County. Those have now exited, and we are dry as we get into the 9 o'clock hour. Out there right now, dry in Tupelo, 76 degrees, just a few clouds passing by, and generally light winds at about 6 miles an hour right now. Tonight, the weather stays nice. We're not expecting any more rain overnight, just a few clouds passing on by. Maybe a little bit of patchy fog by tomorrow morning in those areas that saw some rain today. Temperature's going to be in the low 70s to right around 70 in some spots. And tomorrow, another warm one, 89 degrees. We'll wake up with a mix of sunshine and clouds, and then the chance for some more afternoon showers and storms. That typical summertime pattern continues. We won't see as much rain as we saw today, so don't let it completely ruin your plans, but don't be shocked if you run into a quick downpour or two through the day. Winds coming out of the northeast, about 3 to 7 miles an hour through the day. But of course, as you know, the big weather story is Tropical Storm Sally. Here's the latest, 60-mile-an-hour winds sustained right now in the Gulf of Mexico. Pressure is down to 996 millibars. And I want you to notice, though, this little swirl, that's the center of the storm. Notice how everything is off to the east of the center. There's nothing over here on the left side, and that's a sign of a storm that hasn't really gotten its act together yet. It's still trying to intensify and still trying to develop. That's why it's not a hurricane yet. So that's a good sign, but I do think eventually, I think by the time we wake up tomorrow, this thing is going to be a little more organized as it continues to push off to the northeast. And the National Hurricane Center agrees. It's going to be a Category 1 storm by the time it makes landfall, either early on Tuesday morning or sometime through the day on Tuesday in southeastern Louisiana. 90-mile-an-hour winds. And of course, impact's going to be felt all the way over into Mississippi and Alabama. And then it really comes close to our neck of the woods by Wednesday and Thursday, bringing us the chance for some more rain before it quickly speeds up and moves its way out of here over into the Carolinas. Now, there's a couple of different scenarios with Sally that we're watching. One scenario I think is the most likely. This is what I think is probably going to happen. Expecting a landfall in Mississippi, coming a little more eastward, and then the center of the storm going into central Alabama. That means most of the rain, most of the flooding stays over toward Birmingham, Montgomery, Mobile areas. We'll still see rain. We might even see some flash flooding, but the worst of it stays to our south. Now, another scenario that's not completely out of the picture is that track coming more right on top of us. That means we get more flooding, more heavy rain, and it could be a little more of a serious situation. But again, I think the first scenario is more likely, and that's what we're going off for this forecast. The heaviest rain stays to our south and east, possibly up to a foot for Gulfport and Biloxi, even inland toward Hattiesburg and Meridian, getting some pretty heavy rain. But here locally, most of us probably aren't going to see a whole lot of significant rainfall, up to an inch, maybe 2 in some spots. Now, once you go into West Alabama and extreme southeastern portions of our area, maybe 4 inches, and that could lead to some flash flooding. But most folks, especially once you go over toward I-55 and up toward Tupelo, probably going to stay closer to an inch of rain. So some flash flooding certainly possible. Wednesday and Thursday, 1 to 3 inches possible. Wind gusts also over 35 miles an hour. But the good news is with that southerly track, the tornado threat is going to remain to our south. So some storms for Monday and Tuesday. Sally brings us some showers Wednesday and Thursday, and then a cold front dries us out for the weekend. Temperatures also drop just a little bit. Highs only in the low to mid 80s. So some beautiful weather for Saturday and Sunday. We just got to get past Sally first.